So the other day I posted a video exposing how a woman had maliciously got together with a group of her sorcerers and put a spell out on my son, and as a result had him arrested. And he ended up being publicly arrested at the school, and he had a restraining order filed against him. He went through public humiliation and shame, and as a result, he spent 4 months in juvenile detention center, got a felony, is on probation, and is still gone away from his family, has been separated from his family ever since, and is being held in a group home. I posted this because the Holy Spirit had been showing me months ago when it first happened that this woman and another group of people, the school, he showed me that the school and this woman were all responsible. But he mainly showed me that this woman had got together, and I knew then, because the Lord had already told me that this woman was responsible when she posted on her page and claimed that my son had threatened her son, all this stuff she was saying. And I didn't really have any proof of it at that time. I just knew the Holy Spirit showed me this stuff. But he had actually recently showed me on her blog page where this woman had put up and wrote all this stuff about me, you know, talking about how she had charges pressed against me in North Carolina, and I'm not allowed back in North Carolina, and how she wrote down at the bottom of the blog, let's see how what charges we can have pressed on her son, and then wrote hocus pocus and posted a picture of a green witch spell book indicating that, you know, they were gonna get together and put a spell on my son. And as a result, like I said, my son ended up going to jail. Okay, and people are doing sorcery and causing things to happen to people. And this is what I talk about all the time. But the thing is, people were outraged because I exposed this woman, because I exposed openly what she had done to me and my family. They were not outraged about the fact that this woman was harassing me for years. And I put up tons of evidence on my videos, on my channel, on my playlist, how this woman has been morphing herself, taking my looks, my physical features. You can go back and see how I look and how she looked, how this woman been putting fat on me, changing my bone structure, changing my face. Every time I work out and lose weight, putting fat back on me, putting fat on my daughter. Taking my son's looks and his gifts and talents and transferring it to her son. And as a result, my son has his features and everything changed. He's walking around with eczema. People are calling him ugly. He's feeling like he wants to harm himself because he's being teased in school as a result of all this stuff. No one was outraged at the fact that this woman kept harassing me and my son, a grown woman harassing a son, harassing a child and using sorcery for that. And it's like, but you're outraged because I expose her. See, this is what I'm saying about black people. You can expose when someone does something wrong to you, when a white person comes against you and does any type of offense to you. You see everybody post online, oh, look what this Karen does, and everybody gets together and is outraged and has this woman or this man shamed and lose their job, and all these things happen. But when I do it, when I post something that another black woman has done to me and my son, oh, it's like, oh, well, you shouldn't publicly shame her. Go and let God deal with it. You want to speak out and come to their defense. Why is it that when a black person does something to another black person, it has to be covered up and hidden? You don't want to talk about it. But the minute someone of another race does something to you, oh, you're outraged, you're upset. Let's destroy their lives and publicly expose it. See, this is the thing, though. If you don't respect your own people, what makes you think anyone else is going to respect you? What makes you think a person of another color is going to respect you? If they see black people are divided and have division and come against their own people, hurting their own people, attacking their own people, but then you expect other people, other races of people to treat you right, but you're not treating your own people right, and they see this stuff. They know this stuff is happening. This is why people have always talked about why is there outrage when a police does something to a black man or a black woman, but there's no outrage when they're in the gangs and shooting up each other and committing crimes every day, robbing each other and doing things. You're supposed to love your own brother. You're supposed to have more love for someone who's of your own. And then it's like, how can you be killing and hurting your own brother, doing evil to them, and not have an outrage? And I think this is wrong. But then the minute someone else comes in, you get upset and you want to have a complaint about it or have this campaign, and let's speak out about this now, because this is an outrage. It's an injustice. A wrong is a wrong. And as you recall in the Bible, Cain was punished for killing his own brother Abel. And this is why I say a lot of you have the spirit of Cain. You're okay with hurting each other. The black race is so divided. You don't stick together. It's okay. Like I said, you watch this woman. I posted on my channel over and over videos about how this woman was violating me, using witchcraft and sorcery to mess with me and my son. No one has gotten her together. No one said anything about it. But the minute I expose her, oh, you're upset and outraged. You should have been outraged at the fact she was mistreating an innocent child. You should have been outraged at the fact she was harassing me every day, using sorcery and witchcraft and taking from me and mocking me and publicly slandering me. To this day, has stuff up on her website calling me a stalker, where I can't even get a job, knowing I never stalked her. All I did was go to her page to get proof and evidence, because this woman was harassing me every single day. But no one does anything about that. This woman can go in a court of law, as unstable and unhinged as she is, has been harassing and violating me and targeting me my entire life for years. And the Lord has already shown me this stuff. But no one has spoken out and said anything. I can't get charges pressed against her. Because people look at me like I'm crazy when I say someone's committing witchcraft against, but I have all the evidence on my channel. I just seen how my looks changed and how she's morphed her features and lightened her skin and done all these things, putting fat on me every time I lose weight. I had a naturally small body, muscular build. She was a big bone woman. How she put all her fat on me, put her fat on my daughter, put eczema on my son, changed everything, took everything from him and transferred it to her son. But you don't get outraged at that. That's why I say you don't get outraged when people are hurting their own. I'm a black woman hurting another black woman and her child. And if she is so unstable and emotionally imbalanced as you say, then why not get help for her? If you can sit on my channel and watch what I do and use whatever I say and have me taken out of this home involuntarily and put me in a mental institution, then where's the people, the law enforcement and those in power and authority to step up and do something about this woman harassing me and my child? And that's what I say, like, about this is what I'm talking about with the black race. You don't care. None of the church was outraged when this woman did what she did to me. You didn't speak up and say a word. You were okay to content with this woman mocking me and going back and saying her little stuff about me and even casting a spell. Admitting to casting a spell, admitting to being a sorceress, all this stuff, all this proof. But there's no outrage for this. And, you know, only reason I removed the video, because everybody want to make it seem like this woman is so emotionally imbalanced and so unstable. You could do all your dirt in a secret and intentionally do all your dirt. And no one says anything about it. But now when you're exposed, it's like, oh, you're so unraveled that you want to do something to yourself. But you didn't mind that my son, you didn't consider the fact that my son might want to do something to himself when you put him through all that public shame. He's sitting up there in that group home and in that juvenile detention center cutting himself because he's separated from his peers. He was kicked off of the track team. He cannot participate in sports and run track now because of what you did to him. You didn't care that you took away a child's life and ruined him. You didn't care about the fact that you kept destroying me when I worked hard to lose weight and wrote a fitness book and I had a ministry and you took all of that from me. And like I said, there's no outrage for that. But the only reason I removed all this stuff, because the Lord is trying to teach me how to let him fight my battles, which I will. But I don't like the fact that the church or whoever the black community did not stand up for me. When I was going through everything I went through with my kids, did anyone come to our rescue and say a thing on our behalf? But oh, the minute a white person, oh, here comes another Karen, let's ruin her life, let's expose them. And you think God is pleased with your behavior. But yeah, I removed the videos, like I said, because, you know, I'm going to allow God to deal with it. But if you come to me again, because the videos are still there, I just made them private. But if you do something else to me again, you keep coming to me every day, because that's the only reason I posted this, because you're bothering me every day. But if you do something to me again, okay, because I know about it, I will be releasing those videos, because it says in the Bible, what is hidden should be uncovered, and that their enemies who come up against you shall have open shame. You're supposed to have shame for what you've done, not have it kept secret and swept under the rug. Now, I'm urging the rest of you, if you're so outraged about it, you need to deal with this woman. If she can't stop what she's doing, you need to help her get the help that she needs for herself, because I should not have to keep being violated and victimized by her, me or my children.